Hi, I'm Steve Greenblatt with AVNation. We're here at InfoComm 2017, and I'm with Scott McGarrigle and Joey DeAngelo from Utelogy. How's the show going for you guys?
Real good. I mean, we got here actually before 9 o'clock for some meetings at 8, and I haven't had lunch yet, and it's been a nonstop whirlwind. So there's definitely a lot of interest in what we've got. We've got some new stuff to show, so and we think some different stuff. I mean, Utelogy is a little bit of a different take on how to do AV, and we think we're onto something, and the traffic that's been by the show was kind of tending to agree with that. So we're excited.
That's excellent. So Utelogy, as you said, does things a little bit differently, and I know that you take the IT approach from your background and also from a different angle. Can you speak a little bit about that and how Utelogy does things a little differently from monitoring and a control standpoint?
Sure, yeah, and so I mean, an interesting story we always tell, my partner Frank is from the AV side, and my background's in IT, and we always say we're the first AV IT convergence there was. But we do take an IT approach, which is using the network and using computers, servers, standard technologies like C#, HTML, JavaScript. Nothing proprietary, but using these standard technologies that most of the corporate and educational IT folks use, that they're used to, but tying it in with folks like Joey with his AV expertise because the AV is a specialty. It's like you can't just know computers and know how to do AV, you have to understand that. So we've really kind of combined the best of both worlds. It's an IT solution for an AV world type of approach, so that's what we're doing.
That's well said. So Joey, tell me a little bit about what makes Utelogy different in your mind based on your AV background and the other products you've seen out there.
I think Utelogy was the first company that if you put, Utelogy is an AV company, but its IT blood flows through its veins. If you took all the AV companies in the industry and you put them on a scale, you have some AV companies that are halfway software based and halfway hardware based. You have some AV companies that are all hardware. Utelogy would be all the way pegging the needle at the other end of the scale because they do not sell boxes. We sell software that's totally open, configurable, adaptable. It's APIs, development kits that we make available to people. So Utelogy is all software. The AV industry is traditionally hardware. So I think it's a fully migrated to the IT side of things.
So what do programmers need to know to get involved with Utelogy? How do they get acquainted with it? I know you mentioned standard programming languages.
Right.
I think that's become a new trend in our industry, and I think it's a good trend.
It is,
but
yes.
The average AV programmer may or may not be familiar with standard programming languages.
Right. Well, and I know they want to learn. I mean, C# and JavaScript are pretty ubiquitous. But so when it comes to programming, we actually have two levels at Utelogy. The first is you don't need to program. You need to understand AV, of course, but through configuration, by adding a driver that says, here's my list of devices I have, and here's the macros that I want to run when this button's clicked or that button clicked. It's really a point and click kind of way to get most of what you need done. So in that sense, it's rapid deployment. You can have standard configurations that you save and cookie cutter them. Or the last job you did, hey, we're doing more just like it, cookie cutter it, maybe tailor it then for the customer. Sure. So you can do that out of the box. But if you want, you can go to a deeper level where you're actually coding, where you can get into C# and write your own things and talk to our API, write your own drivers. So if there's a special way that you want to talk to a device or do something unique, because with our architecture, you can talk to anything. We're really not just AV per se, but buildings or talking to your email server if you wanted to do that, whatever it is. It's limitless because you're in the IT framework. You can also, with our UI, which this is an example, it's all component based, so you can write your own HTML and JavaScript components, drop them into Utelogy, and now use our configuration tool to lay them out. So you can go down that level and really customize it, make Utelogy your own. You can also get into, through standard web style sheets, create your skin. This is basically a web application. So using those skills, which I know a lot of programmers want to, hey, I'd love to get into web programming in C# and get away from some proprietary things that you can do that with Utelogy. Or if you just want to be at that point and click, configure and go, pick a theme that we have out of the box, you're good to go. So there's something in there for everybody.
So it wouldn't be a trade show without new products. So tell me a little bit about the advancements that you guys have made over the past year, or even in the recent past. I know you have a couple of new launches.
Yeah, absolutely. And Utelogy is a platform, and it's always growing. That's the nice thing about software, right? We have upgrades. When you buy Utelogy, you're entitled to that. So there's always new functionality. Probably one of the most exciting ones is our UNOC service. So part of what Utelogy is doing, and this is out of the box because of our architecture, where you just add devices and you tell Utelogy what your room looks like, what's in there. It starts reporting to our cloud-hosted UManage portal. So you can get alerts and statuses of your rooms instantaneously just by logging into your account and seeing what's going on. So we've really enhanced that by adding sophisticated analytics and history tracking. So you can look at current real-time, what rooms are in use, what alerts or issues do I have, but you can also look at that historically. So you could say, over the last 3 months, what rooms have been used, or what VTCs are used, or where are my errors occurring, so you can really understand and navigate where do I want to go, what do I need to fix, maybe what I need to deploy more of. All that information that's really hard to get, without this kind of solution. So that's the first thing we're very excited about. And really the second thing that's, again, we're adding to the platform is what we call uComputer. And uComputer is a very simple concept, but it recognizes the fact that more and more AV is going, it's really shrinking. I mean, there's a lot of focus on huddle rooms and a focus on software. And at the heart of a software-based huddle room or some sort of room is a computer. So with our uComputer technology, you install it on the computer, and we can actually treat that computer as another AV device. So you can configure it into Utelogy as, you got your display, you got your computer, you got your whatever else, and now we're controlling it so we can launch applications on the computer. We can monitor it, make sure the CPU's not whacked, make sure it's online, control the volume, do all these sorts of things that really you need when a computer is an integral component of your AV system. So we're really excited about that, because this is really just the start, and there's more to go with uComputers for really catching on.
Sounds like it would be. As we know, we're all going to more soft video conferencing systems, and I can imagine that there could be a big value in that, which is a little bit different from what other guys are doing.
Well, yeah, and so the thing with Utelogy, it's all software. It's kind of, we always say thinking outside of the box, but really when you do that, you're thinking solution, and that's really kind of what we're about. Is if you talk to the end customer, what do you need to do? What's the best solution for you? When you have open technologies and a platform and can do what you want, you can code or configure. Now you can deliver those solutions rather than saying, well, here's our box, here's what it does. So we like that we're outside of the box and just pure software.
There's going to be a tremendous amount of uses for uComputer that I doubt 10% of the uses have even been thought of yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a big deal.
Well, sounds interesting. So we'll wrap up with this one. What brings you to InfoComm? Like, what about this show is different from other shows that you go to?
Well, I think
I enjoy InfoComm every year, and I think for Utelogy, this is a very special InfoComm. It's the biggest booth, and the booth is going to keep growing.
Yeah, we've doubled since last year.
Yeah. There's a lot of new things to show. It's more, it's a better experience for people to come and learn more about Utelogy.
Yeah. Well, and we, interesting. When we started out, and this is probably 07, 08, we came to InfoComm, showing this, and it's an earlier version, and people just walked by. Hello. But 2 years ago, it really caught. We decided to come back to InfoComm, and it just caught on because now the industry, I think, is finally accepting and realizing that the networking and the software technologies, whether they embrace it or not now, and I know a lot of people want to, but it's still new, but everyone knows that that's the way it's going. So I think if we're not at least meeting a lot of customers here, we're at least meeting a lot of interesting people that say, hey, this is a great concept. So to be part of the industry, which we're totally committed to, we have a lot of integrator partners we're working with, looking for, and to just be a part of that is really key for us, because it's only been the last couple of years that we feel like we're fitting in.
Well, welcome, and we hope that you continue.
Thank you.
So, well, it's been a pleasure speaking with you guys. Really wish you the best in this show, and we'll be talking again, I'm sure, very soon.
Yeah, AVNation, right on.
So it's been Steve Greenblatt with AVNation from InfoComm 2017.